Welcome everybody to Ask Cadence. Thank you for downloading and listening to us once again. My name is Pete Wright, and I'm sitting around the table with Scott Lissett. Hello, Scott.
Hi, Pete. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And John Patton.
Good afternoon, Pete.
Good afternoon, John.
Good to be here again.
Glad to see you both. We have a great topic today. Before we get started, I have some housekeeping updates because the end of the year is coming. We had some updates go live on the website today. For those of you listening, the 2009 public seminar schedule is up and online at cadencemc.com. You can find the link right off the homepage. A few notes on the schedule. In addition to our three-day public project management essentials course and our managing project management course, we're rolling out personal skills for project managers and program management in the public forum. These are great courses in the public seminar format, a great opportunity to expand your project management skills in spite of the fact that your company might not be large enough to support bringing Cadence in-house, so check those out. Also, in addition to our usual round of domestic locations, we're launching our first public seminar in Salt Lake City. If you are in Salt Lake or just want a chance to visit one of the most beautiful cities in our country, make sure to visit cadencemc.com and register yourself and your team, and many teams, for project management training in 2009. And finally, also schedule related, for our international listeners, we've just updated the seminar schedules for public seminars in the Netherlands for both project management and managing project management, along with Helsinki, Finland, and Santiago, Chile. Updates for our 2009 schedule for Mexico and Costa Rica are coming shortly, so stay tuned for those. As a final note, the seminars in the Netherlands are being held in Zeist Castle.
I was there 2 weeks ago, Pete.
Yeah, it's pretty swanky place.
It is a beautiful setting.
Oh, fantastic. So,
absolutely beautiful.
If you can't make Salt Lake City, make sure to head to Holland to Zeist Castle. Really nice place. And that is the end of my housekeeping updates. Check our schedule, cadencemc.com. Now, on to the project problem of the week. Now, this is from an email. I'm going to read the email. I'm going to change the names to protect the innocent. But John, hopefully you can fill in some of the blanks here.
Sure.
Email as written. I was trained on Cadence methodology within my former company in 2002, and I've used its principles very successfully during my career. The pinnacle has been a global business project, a global e-commerce website, over 100 people involved in this project, spread across 6 countries and 4 time zones, delivered in 2007, on time and under budget, very successful. I've now moved to a new company, a bank, to pick up some new business projects. I intend to continue using the Cadence methodology at this bank, but I'm looking for some advice on how I can transition into new projects quickly while instilling a sense of trust with my new project team. And I'm assuming that the methodology or project management may be foreign to the new team.
Yes, Pete, and in fact, the former environment for this person, he came from a retailer, major global retailer, and then went into a major bank. So the business models for both are different, but he believes very strongly that his project management skills are transferable. Of course, we believe very strongly also, and it's backed up by our client base, that our methodology can be used in virtually all different kinds of environments.
So we just have to convince the bank.
We have clients in them, yeah. And so in answering this person back, I recognize that in this current economy, where people are getting laid off and they're going to get new jobs eventually, that we really have something that could be of interest to anybody picking up a new job. And I'm particularly orienting this couple of episodes, Pete, to our customers, to people who've been through the Cadence courses, who understand and have used the methodology very successfully for their projects, and want to make a good impression when they land in a new assignment. So I have some recommendations here. And the first one is, do not talk incessantly about your previous employer. No matter what your success has been, you're now in a new location, and what the people at that new location want to see is the transference of your loyalty now and your interest in this new location.
Not war stories.
Not war stories of my past life, okay? And so the important thing is to engage them into conversations that will help you learn about this new environment. Now, in this case, the bank. And so one of those questions was, well, when you came on board, let's talk, this is the new employee, and he's talking to his boss, or he's talking to a peer, or one of the team members, in the context of, I'm trying to learn as much as I can about the bank, and as quickly as I can. Can you think back for a minute to when you came onto the bank? What are the things that you noticed were very different from the environment that you came from? What is it about the bank that makes it unique or different from other places you've worked? And engage in that dialogue and trade observations so that you build confidence with the people around you.
Establishing a common platform.
A common platform, yes.
Yeah, and along those lines, it's important not to judge too quickly when you get into a new organization. You don't want to walk in there, look at one or two projects, and then go to your boss and say, it really appears to me like you have no idea what you're doing when it comes to project management. So that's obviously not a good approach. What you want to do is a sequence of things. Go slow. Don't assume that they're doing things all wrong. But on the other hand, you may have some solid knowledge that comes from having taken a project management training course and from your own experience managing projects, and you do want to look for ways to bring those new ways of doing things into the new organization in a very gradual and productive way.
Which I imagine would be a very difficult thing to do, especially when you're coming from an environment that was so supportive and conducive of successful projects.
Well, it's very tempting, Pete. And so that's why I'm saying ask the questions that say, well, what's different about the bank? Now, there's another thing that a new person can do, which is a body language kind of thing that shows great respect, is to take a little notepad along with you. And when the person is telling you what's different about the bank, take notes. And it's a great sign in societies around the world that you're taking what they're saying seriously. Now, that's sort of phase one. Now, phase two, as soon as you're comfortable and you're picking up a couple of assignments now, to start out with a comment that says, I think I've learned how projects are done here at the bank. And I think there's some really good aspects to how they're done, and I wouldn't want to mess that up. However, previously, I learned a very good methodology, and it worked globally in the company that I was working at. And I'd like to do some experimentation with these more advanced techniques on this upcoming project. Would you support that, boss? We'd be doing things a little differently, but I'd like for you to observe what I'm doing, and I'll check with you regularly so that we can recognize it if these techniques are giving us an advantage in projects here at the bank.
Very gentle injection.
Yeah, and by doing it that way, it doesn't appear to be quite as big of a risk from the bank's point of view, because they can say, well, it's an experiment. We're going to try it on this project, see if it works. But they don't have to commit to do it immediately on every project, which would appear to be something which would be very hard for them to swallow potentially.
Maybe overkill given where they are in their project maturity too.
Mm-hmm. So for that reason, remember Scott said earlier, ease it in.
Yeah.
Don't do everything all at once. It'll cause them to choke.